I'm Aiden Dill, and this is my strength training project about the Renaissance. And today I'll be discussing Renaissance art, more specifically The Last Supper. The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci was painted in the Church of Santa Maria degli Grassi from 1495 to 1498. Leonardo's achievements were not just considered a phase during the Renaissance. His achievements, most notably The Last Supper, which I will be discussing today, represented a climax to a period of Renaissance art known as the High Renaissance. Leonardo's expressions through art became synonymous for perfection. When painting The Last Supper, Leonardo had decided to experiment with various painting techniques and use both oil and tempera paints. Leonardo's new technique didn't work well, and the painting began to disintegrate within his own lifetime, unfortunately. As the painting wasn't done with the standard fresco technique, his colors were different and he was able to paint with much more detail. However, much of the original detail has worn away. Leonardo used a startling and bold new type of composition, done in a much more realistic style than that of his predecessors. Here, he just doesn't show the event of the Last Supper, but a specific moment, that in which Christ has just declared that one of the apostles will betray him. The disciples can clearly be seen recoiling in disbelief at this shocking revelation. Expressions of emotion in paintings were also a new development in the Renaissance that Leonardo pulls off extremely well, and one can almost feel the emotion radiating off the painting itself. Jesus is a central point of perspective in this rendition. All the lines used in the architecture to create depth can be traced back to him. The lifelike depiction in the painting is equaled by the attention given to detail in the dishes, the folds of the draperies, Jesus and his disciples, and the all around painting itself is very real looking. Realism was another popular art form in the Renaissance, and like everything else Leonardo does, he pulls this off extremely well in his painting. It almost feels as if you're staring at a window back in time to the actual event. All in all, this Last Supper was to become the definitive representation of the story, and I wanted to talk about this piece because it really stood out to me because of the emotion displayed in the painting. It's truly amazing that an artist can be so good at what they do that they express this amount of emotion and it speaks to you without even speaking through colors on a wall. Anyway, this has been me talking about The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Thank you. Here's our official representation of The Last Supper by Leonardo da Vinci. Uh, you wouldn't believe how long it took us to pull this off. And then we had some fun along the way, like that, or this is probably my favorite picture. Anyway, this was really fun to do, and I learned a lot.